Onegaishimasu. Hi, good evening. It is February 17th. Yes, 17th. And today's, the focus for today and Friday, we're going to be doing some basic techniques from standing, or what's called tachi waza, as well as suwari waza, or when we're both in this kind of seated position. So we're going to mostly focus on the basic techniques that can easily be done in both positions. So let's go ahead and stand up, stretch out. Let's quickly review sabaki. Okay, body work. So we start here, left with the hami. So always start with that kaiten. Okay. So we're going to do 8. So here's so each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, chichi, tachi. Okay. For me, a basic tenkan, we start that pivot, then we draw that foot back. So we have our same side, same foot in front. Start that pivot, draw that foot back. So here, pivot, foot back, each. Pivot, foot back, knee. Now, san, shi, go, ro, chichi, tachi. Okay, now right, so hami, same thing. Here, we start together, pivot, we draw the foot back, each. Pivot, draw the foot back, knee. Now, san, shi, go, ro, chichi, tachi. Okay, back to left with the hami. Stepping and turning, irimi tenkan. Here, I'll step with my back foot. Do that same pivot we just did. Draw the foot back. So now I'm opposite hami. So now I'm right foot, right hand, right foot facing back behind me. I step with my back foot. I pivot. I draw that foot back. I'm here, left and hidari hami facing the way I started. So together, here, left hidari hami. We step forward that right foot. We pivot, draw that left foot back, each. Step forward that left foot, pivot, right foot back, knee. Now, san, shi, go, ro, chichi, tachi. Quickly over front foot, tenchin. I'm here. Left hidari hami, something is attacking from my lead side. I look that way, I acknowledge, and I draw that foot back. I will have changed hami when I do so. So here, we look to our left, we acknowledge, look back, each, reset. Look to our left, acknowledge, look back, knee. San. Shi, go, ro, chi, tachi. Okay, right from hami. Now something's coming from my right side. So I look, acknowledge, look back, each set. Look, acknowledge, look back, knee. San, shi, go, ro, chichi, tachi. Okay, last one. Here, left or hidari hami. Rear foot tension. So now my back foot's gonna move. So as I'm here, something's attacking on this side of me. Back to my back side. So I would look to my right, acknowledge, foot comes back, sliding. Hami does not change, so I stay with my left foot in front. Okay, so here, left and hidari hami, we look to our right, acknowledge, foot back, each. Reset. Look to the right, acknowledge, back, knee. Front. Cheese. Roll. Roll. Cheese. Action. Okay. Right, maybe hami. Now something's coming to our left. Okay. So the same idea. I look to my left, acknowledge, and then that foot comes back, keeping my right foot in front. You notice I try to stay on at this 45. I don't go 90. I try to stay on this kind of an angle too. So here, right to hami. We look to our left, we acknowledge, look back, each, reset. Look to our left, acknowledge, back, knee, reset. Sun. Chi. Go. Rope. Chi. Hut. Okay. So just start tonight's class. We're actually going to start with shomenuchi ikkyo. Okay, so it's a good place to start from because the technique is done easily, both tachi waza and suwari waza. So the partner here, cat comes in, attacks, shomen. I grab off the line, cut up, and then cut down, step towards my partner, then away. No kicking your partner. Shoulder comes down, and pin. Again, trying to keep the shoulders over the hips as best you can. Try not to lean forward, just so you don't get yourself compromised too much. So this technique doesn't change too much in both the standing tachi waza and suwari waza variant. Okay? If I'm here, I still have to slide up, off the line, cut up, cut down. Step towards my partner, step away from my partner, bring my knees down to pin. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll do all four corners to begin with. So we're here, left or hidari hami. As that shomen strike comes in, we slide up, cut up, cut down. We want the wrist higher than the elbow, higher than the shoulder. We step our right foot towards our partner, left foot away. Bring our right knee down, left knee down, hands are down to pin. And then we come up. Hit. Now, right over behind me, we're here. Shomen comes in. We slide, cut up, cut down. Step our left foot towards our partner. Step our right foot away. Bring that left knee down, right knee down. Hands come down to pin. And right up. Okay, facing into the camera. Here I am, left or hidari hami. That shomen comes in, I get off the line, raise, cut up, cut down. Take my right foot, step towards my partner, take my left foot, step away. Bring that right knee down. Now the left knee comes down. Bring those hands down to pin. And come out. Okay, right or behind me. Facing into the camera. So shomen comes in, cut up, cut down. Step that left foot towards my partner. Step the right foot away. Left knee comes down, right knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. And up. Okay, on the 90s. Here we are. Shomen comes in, we cut up, cut down. Step the right foot towards the partner, step the left foot away. Right knee comes down, left knee comes down, hands come down to pin. Okay, right over behind me. Shomen comes in, slide, cut up, cut down. Left foot steps towards our partner, right foot steps away. Left knee comes down, so our partner's on the left side. Right knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. Okay, last two. So left foot hidari hami. Shomen comes in, raise, cut up, cut down. Right foot steps towards our partner, left foot steps away. Right knee comes down, left knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. And up. Okay, last one. Right to behind me. Shoulder comes in, cut up, cut down. Left foot towards our partner, right foot away. Left knee comes down, right knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. And up and away. Okay. So we're just going to do the ukemi 4 times, just kind of as a refresher. So as we're here, we strike shomen. Our partner should be moving that shomen off the line and then cut down. As they cut down, they step into us, and then they step away. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do 4, so we get 1 from each of the cardinal directions. So first one is here, partner's here, left or hidari hami. I'm going to be right or midi hami, striking with my left hand. So as I'm here, I step strike shomen. Partner gets off the line, cuts down. Wrist is higher than the elbow, higher than the shoulder. They step in towards us, knocking us off balance. Then they step away, bringing the shoulder into the mat to pin. Okay. Partners here, right or midi hami. I'm going to be here, left or hidari, striking with my right hand. So as I step strike shomen, partner takes off the line, they cut down. Wrist higher than the elbow, higher than the shoulder. They step in towards us, knocking us off balance. Then they step away, bringing our shoulder into the mat. And tight. So now on the 90s, partners here, left or hidari hami. I'm here, right or midi. I step strike shomen with my left hand. They take it off the line. They cut down. They cut down. They step in towards me, knocking me off balance. Then they step away, bringing my shoulder into the mat to pin. Okay, last one. Partners here, right or midi hami. I'm left or hidari, striking with my right hand. So I'm here, I step strike shomen. They take it off the line, they cut down. As they cut down, they step towards me, knocking me off balance. Then they step away, shoulder to the ground, and tap. Okay, so that's what we call the tachi waza or standing version. So, when we do suwari waza, we are both in this seated position on live toes, which means we have to do shiko or move around on our knees in order to do the technique. When we're doing that, we want to make sure that we try to stay as level as possible as we're doing everything, and we try to keep our body motion, again, as level as we can. So we try not to come up and down too much. If you do it at the beginning, that's perfectly fine, just especially as your knees get more and more used to it, and you gain flexibility in your toes, it becomes a little bit easier. So, hold my hop up for a second and see what my knees are doing. So, quick note, when I like to do shiko or suwari waza, I like to have my weight balanced as much as I can back onto my hips, so I don't try to get too far forward. If you notice, my chest is kind of in line with my my knees, which means my weight's going to be primarily on my knees. If I'm back here, my weight's on my toes and on my hips. Okay, so that same thing as that shomen comes in, we would slide forward, cut up, cut down. Then we would move one way and another. Okay, so as we're here, left or hidari hami here. As that shomen comes in, we're going to rise up, cut down. Now from here, we're going to take our right foot and slide it next to our partner. And we'll bring our left foot, slide it away, coming down and in. Okay, now go ahead and take a little break as you kind of reset yourself. Give your toes a couple of seconds to readjust. So as we're here, right or midi hami, that shomen comes in. We slide forward, up, and down. We move our left foot towards our partner, then we move our right knee away. Bringing it down to pin. And coming up. And give your toes a little bit of a rest so we get back. So now facing into the camera as we're here, left or hidari hami. As that shomen comes in, we slide, cut up, cut down. Now we bring our right foot towards our partner. Now we take our left foot away from our partner, bringing it down to pin. And up. Okay. Now right or midi hami here. So as that shomen comes in, we raise up, cut down. Left foot towards our partner, right foot away, down to pin. Okay, so now on the 90s. As we're here, shomen comes in, we slide, cut up, cut down. Right foot towards our partner, left foot away, down to pin. Okay, and then bringing it on back. Right to midi hami, shomen comes in, we rock this up, cut down. Bring our left foot towards our partner, right foot away, down to pin. Okay, last two. Surviving over there? No. Been a while?
No, the toes aren't bad, it's the hips.
Really? It's the hips. Huh. You need to take more salsa lessons then.
That's probably
Okay, so here we are. Last two, left and hidari hami, shomen comes in, we rise up and down. Right foot towards our partner, right foot away. Hands down to pin. Up. Okay. And last one. Right, or Miki Hami. Shomen comes in, cut up, cut down. Left foot towards our partner, right foot away. Hands down to pin. And up. So now would be a good time to let your toes rest a little bit, maybe just sitting at Seizan, as we review the ukemi. So the ukemi for this one is as I'm here, as I step forward to do shomen. Bad instructor. Gotta make sure people can see what their feet are doing. So, as I'm here and I want to move forward, I can bring the knees together and then have the foot come forward, and that would be my basic forward shiko. I just have the hand join in with it. Okay, so as I'm here, if I get one side sliding forward, I can think of bringing my knees together, raising my new front knee, and then having it come down. What you want to try to avoid doing, it's going to happen, but don't worry. It's just, slowly correcting it, is you don't want to try to do this, where you're walking like you normally would walk in the streets, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on your knees in not so fun ways, okay? So, you're going to do 4 knees for the ukemi, and just kind of work on it as best we can. So, if our partner's here, left or hidari hami, we're going to be here, right or miki hami. Okay? So we're going to strike with our left hand. So as we go to strike with our left hand, we can bring our knees together as we raise up. Now we have that left knee come forward, coming down to strike shomen. Again, the same thing, we bring it off to the side, and as they cut down, they're here, they move through and down to pin. Okay? Partners here, right or miki hami. I'm going to be striking, left or hidari hami, striking with my right hand. So my left knee is slightly forward, right leg is back. So as I'm here, I can bring my knees together as I raise my hand up. Now from here, my right knee comes forward and then comes down to strike shomen. At this point, my partner will bring it across, cut it down. Then they would move into me, and then away, and okay. Okay, last 2. Partners here, left or hidari hami. I'm right or midi, striking with my left hand. So I bring my knees together, then have my left knee go forward, left hand come down to strike shomen. From here, they bring it across, they cut it down. They cut down, they're going to shiko into me, knocking me off balance. Then as they go away, shoulder comes down to pin. Okay, last one. So, partners here, right or miki hami. I'm going to be here, left or hidari, striking with my right hand. So I bring my right foot to my left foot. My hand is raised, right hand is raised up. I bring my right knee forward, cutting down. Now they would do, they cut across, they cut down, they shiko into me, knock me off balance, and then away from me, bringing my shoulder into the ground. Okay, so that was shomenuchi, ikkyo, omote, front of the body, both tachi waza and suwari waza. Now we can also do, now we have enough time for it, it's actually a good segue into ura waza, or how to get behind the body. Come here, now, as our partner strikes shomen, we would step, irimi, tenkan, I got a partner over, and then kaiten or pivot back. As we pivot back, then knee comes down, and in. Okay, so one more time. Partner strike shomen, we step to the outside. Irimi, tenkan. And then from here, we keep corkscrewing our partner down, kaiten. Okay? We're gonna drill our partner down into the ground. Right knee comes down, left or inside knee comes down, outside knee comes down, hands come down to pin. Good boy. Okay, so without count with us. So as I'm here and that shomen comes in, I don't want to be directly underneath it. I want to get to the outside. As I get to the outside, hands are up. They're staying in front of my shoulders, in front of my hips. That's my irimi, tenkan. Then I kaiten or do one more pivot. Okay, then I bring my knees down to pin. So here we go, together. So I'm here, left into that hami. And that shomen comes in, we step with our right foot, hands come up, knee. We're pivoting, bringing it down in a circle. We bring our left foot back, tenkan. Now we kaiten or just pivot back to the front. Should end up with our left foot in front. So our right knee comes down, left knee comes down, hands come down to pin. And up. Okay, right or hami. Same thing. If shomen comes in, we step it up to the outside. Irimi. Tenkan. So make sure that right foot comes all the way back. To the tenkan. Yeah, there you go. And then we kaiten or pivot back to the front. We should have our right foot in front. So left knee comes down, right knee comes down, hands come down to pin. And up. Facing into the camera now. So left or hidari hami. That shomen comes in, we step with our right foot to the outside. Irimi. Now, tenkan, so that left foot comes all the way back. Now, as we kaiten, pivot back to the front, our left foot should be in front. So from here, right knee comes down, left knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. Okay, right or hami. Shomen comes in, we step with our left foot to the outside. Irimi. We tenkan, so that right foot comes all the way back. We kaiten, so our right foot's back to the front again. Left knee down, right knee down, hands down to pin. And up. Okay. On the 90s. The left or hidari hami, shomen comes in, we step, irimi, tenkan, kaiten. Good. Right knee comes down, left knee comes down, hands come down to pin. Yep. Okay. Right or hidari here. Shomen comes in, we step with our left foot, irimi, tenkan, kaiten. Left knee comes down, right knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. Okay, last two. Shomen comes in, we step with that right foot, irimi, tenkan. Kaiten. Right knee comes down, left knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. Okay. Last one. Okay. Right or hami. Shomen comes in, we step to the outside. Irimi. Tenkan. Kaiten. Left knee down, right knee down. Hands down to pin. Okay. or the ukemi. As I'm here and I step, shomen, my partner's gonna be going outside. So ideally, elbow comes up, fingers, palms go down. As they go down, as you're gonna do that tenkan, it's gonna come back behind my hip. As it comes back behind my hip, I've got to bring my foot around that corner, and then I would work myself down to the ground. Okay, so together, my partner's here left or hidari on me. I'm going to be here right or me on me, striking with my left hand. So as I step strike, shomen, my partner gets my outside. Elbow comes up, fingers go down. As I do that tenkan, my hand's going to go behind my hips. So my left foot comes around the back, and as they kaiten, they would be drilling me down into the ground. Okay? Okay. Partner's here right or me behind me. I'm here left or hidari, striking with my right hand. So as I strike shomen, my partner gets to my outside. Elbow goes up, fingers go down. They start to come back behind my hips. As they do, my front foot will make this little corner, my partner will kaiten, and down to the partner's here left or hidari on me. I'm here right or me. So as I step strike shomen with my left hand, my partner gets to my outside, elbow goes up, fingers go down, my hand would start to come back behind my hips. I let my lead leg, my left leg come around. As they pipe in, they would be drilling me down into the ground. Okay, the last one. Partner's here right or me behind me. Left or hidari, striking shomen with my right hand. So I step strike shomen, partner gets to the outside, elbow goes up, hand comes, her fingers go down. We're gonna go back behind my right hip. As they do, they're doing that tenkan, my right foot comes around, they do that kaiten, I come all the way around, and okay. Now, how would we do that suwari waza? This is where there's some differences between doing it standing, because I have these things called legs to move, versus suwari waza where I don't have that much mobility. Okay, so as that shomen comes in, I still step, I still cut down. Now from here, I might only be able to turn to about right here, just because I'm bringing my partner with me. In the ideal world, I would turn all the way back to the front, but reality being what it is, doesn't quite always work out that way, does it, Tim? Because how many times have we done this and have we ever ended up coming back 180 degrees? I don't think I've ever been able to do it 180 degrees. And I got decent knees, not great knees, but I got decent knees. So as I'm here, I'm going to come forward, cut down. As I cut down, I try to keep this in front of me and turn. I may only get 3/4 of the way there. That's perfectly fine. Okay, a lot of this will depend upon the relationship that you and your partner, you and your uke have, in terms of how far you two can go and being able to complete that circle. Big thing is, as nage, keeping these hands in front of you so that you can move appropriately and help guide your partner where they need to go. Okay, so let us try this from suwari waza, or from, suwari waza. So this is shomenuchi ikkyo ura. So as I'm here to the left or hidari hami, as that shomen comes in, I would step or shiko with my right foot. My hands are in front of me. Okay, now from here, I can start to pivot. I would bring my left knee back. And then I may only be able to get to about another 90 degrees until I have to bring it down to 10. Okay? Pardon me 1 second. Equipment malfunction. Erasers. With our muscles. So here we are, right or midi hami. Okay, so as that shoulder comes in, we step with the left foot, hands are up. Now, as we cut them down, you notice my shoulders and hips are moving in this arc already. And then I cut all the way down to about right here. Because, well, partner's a lot lower to the ground than we were standing, so there's going to be some differences. So, facing into the camera, starting off the left with Hidari Hani. As that shomen comes in, I step, irimi, tenkan, and maybe a partial little kaiten to finish it off. Okay, hands down to pin, right? Okay, right your midi hani. Shomen comes in. We step with that left, up. We're cutting it down. As we cut it down, move the hips with it. And down and in. If you have a hard to stuffed animal, you can also try this with your stuffed animals.
Perfect use for those things to get prepared.
Exactly, it really is, because then you can see how it, how it feels. So here we are, left with Hidari Hami. I thought it just came to my head, by the way. And that shomen comes in, when shiko to the outside, irimi, tenkan. And a little bit more, hands down to pin. Okay. Right to midi hani. 1 second. So just here. Shomen comes in, sit, irimi, tenkan. Little kaiten afterwards, hands down to pin. Okay, last two. Show, go ahead and left with that hami. Shomen comes in, step with that right foot, hands are up. Bringing my hands around and in. Okay, last one. Right or midi hami. Shomen comes in. You step with that left. Irimi. Tenkan. Kaiten. Look kaiten. Hands down to pin. Okay, so as I was alluding to earlier, ukemi changes quite a bit. So, how can I hold here? So as we do this one, as we're uke, you can relax yourself a little bit, trust me. As we go to do the strike and that shomenuchi from this suwari waza position, it doesn't change. It comes up to the middle and strikes. But now, if you notice, I've got a lot shorter distance to go before I'm on the ground. So as my partner's bringing me around, I'm already kind of scraping onto the floor. Where before, when we're standing, or tachi waza, as I'm here to strike, comes through, I have all this additional distance that we can rotate around before I get down into the ground. So that's kind of where some of that differences come between doing it standing versus from your knees. So, okay, I have more than enough time. From here, so as we're here, and we strike in, it comes down, over. Now here, as it's going behind the hips, we're just going to be kind of almost pivoting on that knee and down. Okay? So here we go. So If my partner's here left, we hidari hami. I'm here right or miki hami. So from here, I step strike, shomen with my left hand. As I do, my elbow's gonna come up, my hand's gonna come back behind my hips. But if you notice, as I'm coming down, that ground's pretty close, and as they come through here, I can't quite get all the way back over before I'm on the ground. I end up about 45-ish as opposed to straight on. Okay, so partners here, right or miki hami. Oh, sorry. Okay. Partners here, right or miki hami. I'm left or hidari, striking with my right hand. So from here, my knees would come together, coming down, striking with my right hand. They get to my outside, so that elbow comes up, fingers go down. Now, as they come behind me, if you notice, I'm already coming down and down into the ground and hit. Okay. Partners here, we're going to change up a little bit. Partners here, right or miki hami. I'm going to be left or hidari. I'm going to be striking with my right hand. I have to change up this one just so we can see it in the camera. So as we're here, we strike shomen with our right hand. Our right elbow comes up, our hand comes down. Now as it comes back behind our hips, you notice I'm already into the ground, and as we pivot, down and hit. Okay, last one. Partners here, left hidari hami. I'm going to be right or miki, striking with my left hand. So step forward, strike shomen with my left hand. They come to the outside, elbow comes up, fingers come down. Now, as it comes back behind my hips, I'm coming down in this corkscrew and then all the way down and hit. Okay. All right, let's let those knees and toes get a little bit of a break. Let's see. And actually, that is our class for the evening. Sorry we didn't get to the second technique for the night, which is going to be a vimenage. We will pick up there on Friday, where we'll do both the standing and the suwari waza variant. So that being said, thank you all very much for those of you in person, as well as those of you online. So it started finally getting a little bit warmer in Minnesota. We were actually in the positive double digits today. Woohoo, go us. So, but remember, stay warm and stay safe out there. Have a good night. Bye. So let's go ahead and stand up, stretch out, and get moving. Okay, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, that's one. Exhale. Okay, head up and down. Ich, ni, san, shi, wo, ro, chi, tachi, ku, ju, turn shoulder. Ich, ni, san, shi, wo, ro, chi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, arms forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, wo, ro, chi, tachi, ku, ju, back. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shi, tachi, ku, ju, across. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shi, tachi, ku, ju, twist the ways. Ich, ni, san, shi, Chichi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, start on the right side, go to the left, round and reverse each knee. San, chi, go, rook, chichi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, into the middle, and feet, and up, back, forward, middle, feet, up, back, down the middle, feet, up. Okay. Back to the right side. Switch over to your left. Okay, back over to the right, now onto your left. Heel. Okay, switch over to your left. The right heel. Okay. Up. Bend those knees. Rotate counterclockwise. Each knee. San, shi, go, ro, chi chi, tachi, ku, ju. Clockwise. Each knee. San, shi, go, ro, chi chi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay. Straighten out the legs, bending at the waist, up to the ground. Okay, bend those knees. Keep that head, shoulders up, back is straight, feet are flat. Okay, straighten out the knees, bend at the waist. Okay, bend those knees, head is up, you're breathing, spine is nice and straight as possible. Okay, straighten out those knees, waist. Okay, last one, bend those knees. Shoulders are up, head is up, spine is straight, feet are flat, and we're breathing. Try to keep the weight even on the feet. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, and down to Caesar. Okay, exploratory wrist stretches, starting with ikkyo first, and make sure that hand is flat on the back. The other hand, and bring it up. Each knee, san, shi, go, ro, chi chi, hachi, ku, ju. Same with the other hand. Each knee, san, shi, go, ro, chi chi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, ikkyo, left pinky up. Right thumb on top. Bring that left pinky back to you. So each knee, san, shi, go, ro, chi chi, hachi, ku, ju. Now, same thing with the right hand. Bring that right pinky back to you. Each knee, san, shi, go, ro, chi chi, hachi, ku, ju. Sankyo, left palm out, right palm towards, and twist out. Each ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Second hand, ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Kotegaeshi, twisting the hand out, reverse down, so ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Hands again, ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Shihonage stretch. Okay, like this with your left hand, right palm on that left side. Push it over, and then let it come. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Second hand, and ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Just out. Okay, straight both feet in front. We're gonna do a couple of those different stretches this evening. Seeing that we're going to be working on some shiko stuff and some suwari waza. So I want to make sure we got the knees and toes ready. So reach out those toes. Up. So grabbing some part of your legs, thighs, whatever, pull yourself in for a deeper stretch and reach out and pull in the stretch. And up. Okay. Spread them as wide as is comfortable. Both hands over to the right side. Up. Both hands over to the left side. Up. Now, over to the middle. And up. Okay, so to kind of get ourselves used to or ready for doing some knee work today, let's go ahead and start from this seiza position. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just come up on the toes. Okay, now from here, all we're going to do is we're going to come up, kick the hips back, and bring it back down, nice and controlled, but staying on those toes when we come back. So, as we lift up, we get flat on our feet. Hold it for a second. As we come back down onto our toes and all the way back down to the knees. And up and down. Up. Down. Up. Down. And two more. And up. Down. And last one. Up. And down. And then go ahead and stick the stays out for a second, just to give those toes a little bit of a rest. Okay. Next one we're going to do, we need that same position. We're going to flare the knees up and out, and then down and back. So as we're here, we're going to get on those toes again. We're going to flare, essentially. So we can almost, keep ourselves balanced like this, and then we bring the knees back and down. So we'll flare up. So we get used to transitioning that weight, and then back down and in. So up and flare out, and then down and bring the knees in. Up and out, down and in. Up and out, down and in. A couple more. Up and out, down and in, 2 more, up and out, down and in, 1 more, up and out, down and in. So we should be stretching kind of like those ligaments there, and eventually you want to get to where this is somewhat comfortable. Without falling backwards. So let's do some, we'll just go ahead and do 3 of the ukemi. We'll just do the forward roll, backwards roll, and the shiro yoko kaiten. That way we can cover all the stuff that we need to get through tonight. Because we're only going to cover 2 techniques, but we're going to do them both standing as well as from that suwari waza position. So let's go ahead and start with the shiro ukemi or back roll. So I'm going to start with my left knee up. I'm going to start this from the seated position. And if you've got the room, take as much room as you need to go back and forth. I'm going to try to stay in a small space. So each knee, side, shi, go, go, shi, tachi, ku, ju. Won't look good. That looks really nice. So, okay, so now my ukemi or forward roll. Again, try to get off the knees, staying as low as possible. And remember, trying to go from that lead shoulder to that back hip. You want to have that chin tucked in and going over as smoothly as you can. Okay? So here we go for 10. And each knee, san, shi, go, ro, chi, tachi, ku, ju. Better. Good. Just don't leave the hand.
Go one way.
Yeah. Just don't let the hand trail behind you. If you keep it in front, that way you don't land on your own hand. Okay. So, you shiro yoko kaiten, side, back side fold. So we start here, legs spread wide. I'm gonna go down to our right side, bring the left side over, right side comes down. Let's go ahead and reverse it so we go down to the left side. Right side goes over, left side comes back down. Okay? Down to the right side, left side over, right side down. Reverse, down to the left side, right side over, left side down. One more set. Down to the right, left side over, right side down, and last one, down to the left, right side over, left side down. Okay.